You know, something I've never thought of. Obviously, we gotta reset the audio on that. How does your power supply? Well, let me think about that. Because I was about to say, how does it generate power? But I realize that's an idiotic statement. It's plugged into the wall. So it's not like there's a little turbine in the power supply that's like generating electricity, but like what, so what does the power supply do then? It's a distributor. Oh, so it takes the raw electricity from the wall and says like, we're gonna give, 200 watts to the CPU and 70 watts to the RAM and 400 watts to the GPU or something like that. Okay. It is insane. I shouldn't say always. I would say like once every year or two, I remember that like the Earth is not like Sid Meier's Civilization or like Factorio or Rimworld or something like that. Like we weren't just like chilling with rocks and then like a meteor made of computers landed on the Earth and we mined that shit out and made computers out of it. Like we're fucking, they made special rocks that do our bidding. I mean, I guess we didn't make we did make the rocks. We found like some rocks and then we took those rocks and made them more specialized to certain purposes. And now they got the rocks doing math. It is crazy, man. And it still kind of sucks sometimes. It's still kind of, well, that's because humans made the rocks, but now, like, humans are using the rocks for bad stuff. Did you see the tweet that was like, if you're wondering how Apple Intelligence summarizes a breakup text? It got me laughing this morning when I was drinking my protein shake. It was like a summary of a text from the guy's girlfriend, and the summary just said, is no longer in a relationship, wants to pick up her belongings from the apartment. And that got me laughing. But then I laughed even harder because someone in the replies said, low key though, this is nice. It cuts through all the fluff to tell you what you need. And then it had one reply, and the reply said, you're dumber than dog shit. And I was like, yes, dude, so true. Guys obsessed with self-improvement be like, I don't have time to read the breakup text. Perhaps the single most arbitrageable opportunity to learn how other people actually see me and have a chance to improve upon my faults. Can you summarize it for me, ChatGPT? Can you give me the action items from her breakup text? You fucking idiot. Angelica Reed, her web connects us all. True, dude. Now that Spicy Cammy's been suspended, Angelica Reed is like, she's walking through this place like Cersei Lannister. Why did Spicy Cammy get suspended? Well, I don't know, because like, I mostly see her in the replies for like movie clips, and every single one is just obscene. Could be a clip from like fucking Life is Beautiful or something like that, and the reply is always like, I fingered myself in the bathroom of this movie, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, Spicy Cammy. It's disgusting. They had to kick me out of the movie theater because I squirted when this scene happened. That's a public place, Cammy. You can't be doing that. I'm all for sex positivity, but like you can't be doing that in a public movie theater. She's so awesome. Life's so rad. You hear about the party after the show? Anyway, take it easy. Oh no, not me. Goddamn, I am. If you want to hawk my to oh. Bit on that thing as I hawk away. What? No, you don't like it? You got any loot for me? Any loot? Any health potions? I'm gonna need that. Oh, 2 more bullets. Bro, this is the United States of America. You would not find 1 bullet in a box. It's like having 1/8 of a bag of chips left. Like at that point, just send it. Shoot it into the wall and buy a new box. Like, that's crazy. Why does the food in horror games always look so good? Dinner at Asmon's again. I would get so lost if I lived here. Well, in most apartments, you're not like going into everybody's room over and over. Like the apartment building would be pretty confusing if you lived in like every single room. You would be like, where the hell did I leave my nail clippers? Are they in 213? Then you gotta go check like every fucking floor. You start with 213, don't find it, check every fucking room. Then you're like, maybe it's 213. You go back to 213, they're literally sitting right there. You're like, what the fuck, man? I should have just finished this area yesterday, man. I got no idea what's going on. It's near the welcome home room. I appreciate your help. Is it possible that you could have mentioned that 8 minutes ago when we were in the room and I was asking where to go? I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it. But now I got to remember where the hell the welcome home room is. 213? Okay, oh, and then you just go through. There's a way to move around there. I see now. Do you want us to play the game too? I would honestly free up my brain to, you know, focus on my strengths, which is the banter. Okay, yeah, okay. So you know what, you're kind of cooking. No wonder most of the streamers on this website just do React content now. Why not load up a YouTube gameplay video and just commentate? You know, I think of it like Nancy Silverton making La Brea breads, right? Like at some point you got to figure out, do you want to be a business person or do you want to be a baker? And I think that Nancy Silverton, she had great bread. But then she went down the wrong path for a little bit. And she said, you know what, I'm going to make a bakery. I'm going to sell the bakery to a corporation. And then like they're going to start adding cockroach flour into the bread to lower their input costs and stuff like that. And then she was like, that's not who I want to be. So she decided to start making her own bread again. So like, could I maximize my KPIs by pulling up a speed run of Silent Hill 2 and just commentating it? Probably, but I wouldn't have my knuckles in the dough anymore. I would know. Whether or not you would care, I would know. And I'm more scared of my own opinion of myself because I have to live with it 24/7 than I am of my opinion, or your opinion of me. So it's about respect. Whether the bread sucks ass or not. Anybody remember when PewDiePie started playing Dark Souls in 2012? And he did so well that there was a conspiracy theory that he was paying somebody else to play the game. And he was just reacting over top of it. 12-year-olds everywhere were like, I cracked this case wide open. He actually did? No, he didn't, man. No, he didn't. A, Dark Souls isn't that hard. B, why would you outsource the most fun part of the job, man? It doesn't make any sense. It makes a lot of sense when you're 12. Or the drama about stealing a YouTuber's game because you played it after them. There's no bad blood at all. I used to get some hate comments back in like 2011. People would be like, you're copying Uber Haxor Nova for playing Isaac. Buddy, are you crazy? We both got the same workflow. Steam, new releases. Which one of these look good? Okay, play it. Yeah, people are actually, I don't know if they're smarter online. I think young people online are smarter and old people online are dumber. That's my take. Like 14-year-olds now are like, this reminds me of the 100 Years' War. And like 58-year-olds online are like, the government sent the hurricane after Florida because they voted for Biden in 2020 or because they voted for Trump in 2020. You're looking for room 208. Thank you, my savior. That was my dorm room in college. People are much more like aware now of that kind of stuff. But I'm proud to say that like one of my roommates one of my housemates in like 2007, 2008 watched Loose Change, the so-called documentary about 9/11 being an inside job. And he started talking to me about like how it didn't add up. And I hit him with basically like come on, man. We're not going to be doing that. We're in university right now. I'm not going to let you like go down this path. And then he took it, like he tanked the damage and went, ugh. And then he went like, you know what, you're probably right. So I, in a way, maybe did I save his life? Yeah, it's possible I might have saved his life. I'm so self-conscious about pulling the map out every 2 seconds. Now, did he still get really into Bitcoin? Yes, he did. And it worked out like insanely well for him. I'm a little bit jealous. Because I think he got in like 2011 for the cause. And then he like got out in 2014 before it became like Pepe emojis hugging each other saying, "Good morning, friends, we're all gonna make it." So you're saying he was right about Bitcoin? Listen, I see where you're going with that. And I'm gonna stop you right there, bud. My buddy paid for a pizza with 1 BTC in 2010. It's crazy. What, like, that's obviously... I hate even talking about this because for a while it was fun, but then people in my own chat were like telling me stories that I would personally struggle to live the rest of my life with. But I guess you just, you know, you just accept it and you move on. But people were like, you know, I was in like I traded like 10 Bitcoin for a hat in Team Fortress 2 in 2012 or something like that. And you're like, it's literally like $800,000 now. You know what I think would and it's, you have to know yourself to believe this, but I do believe it. If that was me, I never would have held it to $80,000 of Bitcoin to begin with. You know, if I won an esports tournament and they gave me 50 Bitcoin and the Bitcoin was worth $1, if that shit went to $5, I'm out. I'm not that kind of hodler. I'm not that sort of guy. So there was never a multiverse where I would have held it and then gotten like generationally wealthy, because I'm not a true believer. I'm just here for the money. I think the only way it could have happened is if I bought a bunch like when it was 10 cents a coin and then lost my seed phrase, and then 20 years later went through a storage locker and found my seed phrase. That's like literally the best investment case scenario for myself with Bitcoin, would be losing my wallet and then later somehow fortuitously finding it. Well, I don't see how this could go wrong. They would definitely give us a save point before they force us to fight someone difficult. Right where the rooftops pierce through the night left are homebound footprints with no owner in sight. But he has found home, oh please pray tell, on a river of memories, leading right to his hell. Delightful. If there's a bustle in your motherfucking hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. What do you think, guys? It's not, the password's not 11. Just in case you were curious. You know what's crazy? I could not tell you. Like when we used to live in an apartment building, we had like a storage locker in the basement. We used a padlock to lock it so nobody stole our stuff. I could not tell you what the passcode is, but if you put the lock in my hands, I could unlock it. I don't know how to explain it, except that's like how the muscle memory works. Like even right now, I can't come up with the numbers, but I can feel the weight of the lock in my hands. And I can tell you like the force I need to apply to turn it to the right number. This is a puzzle, bro. Yeah, no kidding. Self-contained puzzle room. Okay, so there's the solution. It's an escape room. The solution to the puzzle must be inside of the room. Perhaps relevant to this. Right, left, right. Right rooftops. That's 8. Left footprints. That's 9. Right river. That's 5. 8, 5, 9, 8, 9, 5. 8, 9, 5. 8, 9, 5. 8. Is that turning to the right? 9. Oh, shit. 5. Give me a second here. 8. Give me a second. 8, 9, 5. Okay, give me a second here. 8, 9, 5. Okay, give me a second here. 8, 9, 5. Footprints has 10 letters, man. Footprints has 10 letters. 8, 10, 5. Give me a second here. 8, 10, 5. Are you shitting me, man? Well, it's right, left, right. We know that. What about this shit right here? It's because you're going the wrong way. 8, 10, 5. I think I did. 8, 10. I can't see, man. James went blind. What happened? I mean, it was writing on the damn ceiling. Oh shit. 13. Oh fuck. 13. 11. Come on, brain. 5. I don't think that's a 5. I think that's an S. It's an S, boys. They got a lot of S's in here. 7. And then it's a question of the order. So it's 7, 11, 13. Ah, the order is based on this. Right where the rooftops pierce the night. That's this motherfucker over here, man. This was 13 footprints with no owner in sight. I guess that's the house, which is all footprints. There you go. So it was 13, 7, 11. 13. Turn your shit on, man. 7. Just a second, guys. 13, 7, 11. He's done it. Yes. It's crazy to think, well, you open a safe, got a coin with your own fucking face on it. That would keep you up at night. It's crazy to think that probably like at least 50,000 middle schoolers just put the game down when they got to this room and they were like, it's unbeatable. I would have been one of them, for the record. Did you guys see the mod where they like removed the fog from Silent Hill and it literally just looks like you're playing GeoGuessr? Like the fog in Silent Hill is like a dude with a beard. Like the aura it gives you is so crazy. That's kind of the point. That's what I'm saying, man. Also, it's insane. The more I've played of Silent Hill, the crazier it is to me how obviously... It almost makes Deadly Premonition 2 even worse by comparison, but how obviously Deadly Premonition 2 was inspired by Silent Hill 2. Except I'm pretty sure in Deadly Premonition 2, the fog was there so that the frame rate would actually be like above 10. Shut up about Deadly Premonition 2. I still think it's a little underrated, to be honest. It's not as good as the original, that's a given, but I still think it's a little underrated. I agree, but still, nobody else is talking about this shit. Like, I talk about Hawk 2 all the time, and people are shut up, and I'm like, that's fair. But like, nobody talks about Deadly Premonition 2 except me, man. Nobody's renting out a theater for that. That's true. Mr. Beast rented out a theater to watch Hawk Tua, eat lunchly, and listen to KSI. Why are you so addicted to the map? Listen, buddy, not all those who wander are fucking lost, okay? Get it twisted. See what? Look what you've done. You made me self-conscious. Now I didn't open the map. I ran 30 seconds in the wrong direction. Shut the fuck up about the map. We're gonna keep opening the map, okay? Someone's having a bad day in here, man. Oh, I've been like that. At my worst? Yeah, man. Absolutely. And I don't mean on vacation. You never fall asleep in the fridge? This shit is disgusting, man.
Hey, who's there?
It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I didn't do it, I swear.
What is the fit, dude?
Are you okay?
I didn't do anything. He was like that when I got here.
He... Oh, you mean the man back there? In the kitchen?
Oh, the dead guy in the
I
fridge?
didn't do it. I swear I didn't kill him.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not saying that you did. Look, my name is James. James Sunderland.
Eddie.
No, James.
So, do you live here, Eddie?
No. I'm not even from this town. It's just...
Something brought you here.
The polo over the crew
say
neck
that.
is crazy, man.
Well, they came at me.
The brown socks
what
with
to
the
do, so I
khaki
ran.
shorts.
I came here. Figured it might be safe, but then I found the guy in the fridge.
Easy, deep breaths. Look, this place, it's not safe.
No kidding, man!
This whole town. There's something wrong with it. Might be best if you just get out of here.
Might be best if you
Yeah,
just
you're right.
get out of here.
Hey, you want to come with? Maybe together we can find a way out of this town.
Oh, sorry, but I can't leave. Not yet.
I'm looking
need
for
to
my
find
wife.
someone.
Oh.
And Eddie, be careful.
Yeah. You too.
It's a bit of an understatement. Give him some privacy. Hey, Eddie. Eddie?
Eddie, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah. I guess.
What causes you to get motion sickness? There's multiple triggers for sure. First person perspective, bad frame rate is a huge combo. That looks bad. Reading in the car, oh yeah, when I was a kid that was pretty bad. Bloody apple soda, canned juice, bro. That's not a health drink, huh? Nobody tell the FDA. Nobody tell Tommy Innit. I don't know. This makes sense. Yes, I'm not dropping my coins in there, so sure. Just the way we drew it up. Just the way we drew it up, man. It took me like 4 hours to figure that out in the original. But imagine how good it felt, though, when you put the juice in the trash disposal and then the coin, you saw the cutscene of the coin rattling out. You must have been like, ah. You know the gif of Michael Jordan laughing on Oprah? Don't worry about it, librarian, we'll pull it. So true. Okay, what I mean, we can get that, but we don't need to go get it. Yes. You ever seen the video of the brick getting thrown into the drying machine and then tearing itself apart? Yep. That's a and then they edited it. These are GIFs that are older than the internet. They edited it to put like a face on the washing machine, and then its eyes turn into X's when it explodes. This is why I'm not as concerned as other people about so-called like Gen Alpha brain rot, because like that was the shit I was watching when I was like 23, and I was like, Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head. Is it in you? That's a bad. I don't want to be caught in the choke point with you. Listen, you did this to yourself. You have the most bullets I've ever seen anybody have. I don't know, dude. I don't play ranged builds. I play melee builds. It's like Elden Ring, man. They give you a weapon and then iframes on a dodge. Like, what more do you need? You're basically God. Shit looks like Cornwall, Ontario. I don't think it does, but yeah, I know it smelled crazy in there. I know it smelled like it did before the paper mill closed. He's Eastern Ontario posting. Brother, you're acting like I'm not repping Petawawa nonstop. Name one thing about Petawawa. There's a CFB base. Okay, name two things about Petawawa. It's the last town in Ontario before you get to Quebec. Thoughts on Quebec? I'm for it, brother. Like, am I 100% for like everything in the province? No. Do I generally vibe with the fact that they were like, fuck you, we're French, and then pass laws in order to make sure that the French heritage and language are preserved instead of just being taken over by the vaguely United States / North American English monoculture? Yeah, I mean, I love the vibe of that for them, at least. I think that it's cool that because of Quebec, there's like an easy place to recommend people visit when they say, hey, I've never been to Canada, where should I go? You should go maybe to Banff, okay, to see, or Jasper or whatever, to see the Rocky Mountains, Lake Louise. But if you want like a little more culture instead of nature, you should go to Montreal or Quebec City, man. They're one of one. You just named two cities and said they're one of one? Yeah, they're different one of ones. Quebec is like a European city in, well, a European town at least, in Canada. And Montreal is like, I don't know, what if New York was French? Just go to France? It depends where you live, right? Like, I would rather go to Montreal than France. Also, France, I don't know, and I do respect it in a way, but there's bad PR on France. Because the PR for a lot of years was like, if you go to France and speak English, they'll turn up their nose at you. So then everybody who romanticized Paris learned French. Then they went to France and they spoke accented French and they turned up their nose at them. These are stories, maybe I'm getting psyoped, but these are the stories that I've heard from complete strangers on the internet, at least. Wait, hang on a sec. You're not a tree, unless there's a pun. Unless there's a pun. 3 bright coins in the 5 holes be. Over sits the maiden under the tree. And here comes a man so sleek and so fine in the pale moonlight, his eyes doth shine. I wasn't looking at the etchings, man. I was just looking at the sequence. The man doth approach, his blade now revealed. His face disappears through shining steel. Away from the man doth the maiden flee toward the flower away from the tree. Where once grew a flower of venomous glee. And over her grave the man doth remain, his blade never met the vile serpent's vein. The beast who its teeth in her flesh doth bore, he who is failed, she who is no more. Now unto you falls a grievous chore, who carries blame for what fate had in store? Who carries blame? The snake. I'm a fucking genius, man. I'm a fucking god. How could it be anybody but the snake? The Bible understander. I'm still pissed off that Genesis isn't in the New Testament. But you know what it is? Here's why. Because I'm so non-religious and not versed in religiosity. You are like, obviously Genesis is not in the New Testament. It's the first book. But I literally, in my head, and I have to deprogram myself because I know it's not true, but this is, like, if I don't think about it, this is how it is in my head. The Old Testament is the original Bible, and the New Testament is the remake. I don't look at it as a sequel. I look at it as a remake, which is not how it is. How it is the Old Testament is like the foundational stuff, and the New Testament is like 6,000 years later. It's kind of a remake? Well, why the fuck doesn't it have Genesis then, man? That's like going to see a remake of Prometheus and it doesn't start with the Icelandic guy drinking the caviar and then turning into body parts and falling in the waterfall. John 1, brother. I'm telling you sincerely, that doesn't mean anything to me. And I'm not putting on airs. My entire history of religious experience was I went to a Bible summer camp. It wasn't even sleepover. It was like a day camp. I was there for like a week just because my neighbor was going and I needed something to do on the summer vacation. So all we did was like watch VeggieTales, really. Did you have fun? I mean, kind of. Kind of a loaded question. Like I was in the 8th grade, I think. I was aware that it was Bible camp. I wasn't having a great time. Truth be told, I probably would have been rather at home playing video games or something, but I understand. You know, my parents were like, you need to do something. You're 12, 13 years old. Can't just stay at home playing video games all the time. Brother, stop saving, please. No disrespect. A lot of you have mental problems. Don't look at the map. Don't save. What's wrong with you, bro? These are literally no risk, high reward actions. Caught. Look how saddled with guilt you are, man. Am I saving too much? What are you talking about? I don't want to mindlessly, like, walk through the halls of the apartment again. I want to save at my most recent moment of progress at all times. You got me? I'm mentally unwell? But you could work out of it. The first step is admitting you have a problem, though. Because you seem to think that you're on the level. I'm not trying to pile on, but fuck your shower door. Dude, this game is gonna sell me James's coat. James looks upon the monster with a pitiable gaze. Bro, look at the kitchen, man! I'm gonna get you out of here. That's not gonna work, brother. That's not gonna work. Oh, shit. He's hitting the emote wheel. Is this guy in Fortnite yet? This is like a half-serious question. He is in Dead by Daylight. My bullets! He's lagging. He's like, fucking aim punch. Who made this game? I just feel like it's possible that Pyramid Head just ain't fucking with us. Like, he sees James as, like, so insignificant. Like, the same way, like, you and I wouldn't go out of our way to kill a fruit fly. You know what I mean? Like, if he's in my face, maybe I'll move my hands around a little bit. But if he's on the other side of the room, I'm just gonna get some work done. They got range upgrades. Hang on, let me take a peek. Would you let that thing puke on you for $4 grand? I don't know why I said it British. No, I wouldn't. I would not let it puke on me for $4 grand. You know that someone, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, by the way. Someone in chat, and if it's you, you can hide through obscurity, or maybe you don't have to. They said, is piss a weird fetish or a normal fetish? You see what you fucking degenerates have done to the Overton window of fetishes? Piss is a weird fetish. It's fine, like, if you're into it, but it's a weird fetish. What makes it weird? That it could get you, like, sick, man. Like, there's a reason that we try to sequester that stuff in the toilet, for the most part. It's sterile? Not after it touches the air, my brother. It's normal? Well, I guess it depends on your definition of normal. I'm a free thinker, so I don't look at, like, 500,000 to 10 million people do it worldwide, so it must be normal. I evaluate things based on their first principles. Again, I feel like we're almost getting into the discussion about eating your own eggs again. If you believe that a piss fetish is normal, I feel like you must believe that a shit fetish is normal. Because you can't, one without the other doesn't make sense. Obviously, there's different magnitudes of dirtiness, but, like, they're both dirty bodily fluids. So if you think one is not weird and the other one is weird, I think you have the burden of proof to explain the difference. One's a fluid? Okay, so but then now you're going to say one's a fluid, one's a solid. The solid is worse? Okay, then diarrhea is better? Is that what you're trying to say to me? I would say diarrhea is obviously worse because that person has something, like, every bone in my body is telling me to stay away from that because they might have, like, some form of a communicable disease or something. I'm operating on the base case that both of them are weird. That's why I'm asking you to bridge the gap between them if one of them is weird and the other one isn't. The consenting adults? Yeah, I mean, I don't see what that has to do with it. It's still weird, like... You could have consenting adults that are into, like, you know, diaper play and stuff, but that's, let's be honest, it's a little weird. I'm not saying you should be put in prison, I'm just saying it's a little out of the ordinary. It's okay to be weird. I never said it wasn't. You see, again, you're falling back on emotional appeals to emotion. I'm not judging you. I really don't give a hoot if you're pissing and shitting in each other's diapers in the bedroom. You know, as long as you move your cart to the side in Costco, it doesn't bother me. Now, weirdness is a different story. Everybody's weird in their own way. I think it's kind of weird that we're trying to deny that a piss fetish is at least, like, I'll level with you. Shit is obviously weirder than piss. But I think they're both weird. I was trying to catch you in a rhetorical trap. Obviously, shit and piss are not equal. Shit's worse. Piss is still pretty bad. Bad is a loaded term. I apologize. Unacceptable to me. But you're you. So that's fine. Piss doesn't smell bad if your partner hydrates. I think you're taking... Here's what you should do, librarian, if this is really what you're into, and it's none of my business. Don't argue that it's not gross, because it's gross. What you should instead argue is that the other person is just so vanilla that they wouldn't understand. You should appeal to, instead of saying, like, actually piss is sterile if they hydrate well, you should be saying, like, shit that really cuts to the quick, like, I feel bad for your partner. And then you flip the script at me, and I gotta be like, I got a full bladder at all times. I got to flip it back on you. That's like, if you don't know how to control your own bowel movements, then don't take it up with me, buddy. But I keep that stuff in the bathroom instead of like, we got to spiritually get into a beam struggle, you know? Urea is in your sweat, and you tend to sweat during the act, so it's very similar. No, it's not. You're doing the thing. That's a false equivalence. A couple milliliters of sweat versus like 100 milliliters of piss from your bladder, like they're not the same thing, man. At no point did I say you shouldn't be able to do it, okay? I'm just saying, I'm a mirror reflecting society's opinion back at you. We, society, as of 2024, piss is still weird, okay? Now, eventually my generation's gonna die off. And if you guys are still freaking it up, after that point, maybe the Overton window will move and piss will become a normal fetish, okay? It's on the lower end of weird. I don't know, okay? I'm not the be-all, end-all. I'm not the arbiter. Is it on the lower end of weird? Online, it's on the lower end of weird, but people online are weirder. So I think it depends on what kind of sample you wanna draw the circle around here. I think it's certifiably in the moderate part of weird for the average citizen of society. On the internet, yes, I would acquiesce that it's probably on the lower end of weird. Sure. I'll give you that one. We can find some common ground. Why is every apartment a puzzle box? Dude, imagine, that'd be an SNL-worthy bit. Insult intended. An apartment building where every apartment is its own escape room. Hey, could you get me a spoon from the fucking cupboard? Yeah, sure, no problem. Then you go to open the cupboard, but there's like an alphanumeric lock on it with 4 spots, and then you find a black light on the island, and then you put the black light, like you flip over a family photo and use the black light on it, and then you get 3 numbers, but there's 4 spaces on the lock, so then you gotta find another lock that has 3 spaces and it's only numbers, but in order to get to that lock, that's 17 locks deep. Anyway, you get the idea. And then you always got some motherfucker in the room who's like trying to count like the tiles on the floor. Maybe the solution to the puzzle is to multiply the number of tiles on the... You got an issue? Nice try, kid. Oh, shit. Or the dude who keeps trying to like break stuff. Yeah. Makes sense why every escape room has the staff tell you like you shouldn't have to use much physical force for anything. There is always one guy, Fred Durst. There is always one guy who's like, maybe you gotta body check the chest of drawers. This Outlook outage is ruining my life. Hang on, white tape? White tape! Is Outlook down right now? I flip back and forth on email as a concept. I don't want to offend anybody, okay? But like, there's 2 wolves inside of me, okay? One wolf is like, and I'm a victim and also a perpetrator of the same thing. Doesn't it highlight the absurdity of modern life? That so many people have jobs where 10 to 90% of the job is receiving data from somebody and then processing the data in their brain and then spitting that piece of processed data out to somebody else. Like we're on a information like assembly line. So there's a part of me that's like, that's fucking crazy in a bad way. That's like, this is not to do a Germa bit, but like, this was not what human beings were built for, you know? Like, if you were born in the year -10,000, you probably weren't like, what am I supposed to be doing here? You were probably like, wake up, get the berries, you know? Get the berries, feed your family. Hunt the woolly mammoth. Cut the meat from the fur, cook the meat, feed your family, turn the fur into like a coat so you can survive the winter, right? I think in a way it's like easier to parse your place in the food web when that's what you do versus like I get an email from person A and then I write it in my own words to person B and then if they don't reply, I reply in like 3 days later that I just say like, just wondering your thoughts on this. But then there's days where I wake up and I'm like, maybe that's like emblematic of how amazing that human beings are. Is that we found a way to make, I'm not degrading anybody's place in society, but we found a way to give like billions of people useless jobs and still be able to feed their families and, you know, buy some things that are important to them and, you know, build some semblance of a life, man. Like in a way, that's kind of an incredible invention, or maybe it's a byproduct of society. Like that's kind of crazy. Like back in the day, if you wanted to get like meat, you had to kill an animal. Now you can send emails for an hour and a half. That's kind of amazing. Like that should bring a tear to your eye a little bit. So you know what? Today's stream is dedicated to emails. Which is why I get annoyed with all the people who are like, yay, thanks to ChatGPT, I don't have to send emails anymore. I'm like, you're literally not doing anything already, man. Be grateful. I'm not saying I'm doing something either, just to be clear, but like, I'm like, how lazy are you, man? They made it as, what the hell is this? They already made it as easy as possible, and you want it to be even easier? Somebody's still got to kill the animals? I don't think so. Don't they just put them on like a conveyor belt or something now? Somebody's got to put them on the conveyor belt? Yeah, for now. Listen, it's not about the machinations of the abattoir, okay? You're begging the question. I'm making coleslaw. Any thoughts? Quit shooting. Every once in a while, I feel like Dr. Manhattan. It's kind of exhausting to have an opinion on everything. What do you need from me, man? What do you need from me? On making coleslaw? I'm for it. I'm happy for you. Better you than me. Whoa! I knew it, man. I knew it. You ever die to a push? You died. Is that gonna take me all the way back, man? Swiss Chalet son or Heidi Lau daughter? Easiest question in history. Heidi Lau daughter, especially if she can get me a reservation. Bad value but great experience. I think the Heidi Lau is pretty good value. Costs about the same as other hot pot restaurants, but they actually like have decent service. Heidi Lau kind of insane value. If you ask for one order of spinach, they give you like half the farm. That is true. The first time we went, I was like, we should have some vegetables. I got a full order of spinach and a full order of cabbage. And they came out with like what I can only describe as like half of the supply that the average grocery store has in stock of those vegetables at any given time. Can I also say, in vindication, I swear, you're not going to believe me, but I swear to you this is true. You know how I've been saying that grocery stores need to stop stocking so many pears and start stocking more varieties of apples because nobody's fucking with pears? The only people who seem to love pears don't eat any fruit. So I don't really care whether they like pears or not because they're not actually having an impact on the produce market. We were at the grocery store 2 or 3 days ago. 2 produce stockers were talking to one another, and one of them, I swear to God, they said, why did they order 7 more boxes of Bartlett pears? And then the other guy was like, yeah, I don't really know it. Then the lady, she was going off. She was like, we don't sell that many pears. We don't need 7 more boxes. We got so many boxes in the back. And they were like, I know, I just don't know what happened. But then I was like listening to my daughter and the story at the same time. It's true. And you know how like when you have a kid, sometimes you like repeat what they said, but in like a sing-songy voice so they know you're listening, but I wasn't 100% listening. She said something and then I said, whoa, 7 boxes. And then they looked at me and then I went, I don't think we need 7 boxes of apples. And I like tried to play it off like I was having another conversation. Also, people keep like, again, it's always the white people saying white people be like, but I gotta keep it real with you. They're saying Korean people are mad at you for saying pears aren't good. You're drawing a circle around two unrelated fruits. The only relation is nomenclature. Okay? And what's in a name does not make it taste so fucking sweet. Bartlett pears and Korean pears are two different fruits. Bartlett pears, not that tasty. Korean pears, very tasty. The reason I don't buy Bartlett pears is because apples are superior. The reason I don't buy Korean pears is they are $4 each. You just said pear though? Look at me, motherfucker. What pear do you think I'm talking about? Probably a pair of socks, you're goddamn right. How do you clean the inside of your ears? I'll level with you. I'm a tip of the finger sort of guy. I know you're not supposed to do it, but like, I mean, I'm not gonna defend myself. Sometimes I feel like I need to clean my ear and I don't have a Q-tip on me, so I use my finger. At least it's not a Q-tip. The Q-tip, I've never been a Q-tip guy, but the discourse around Q-tips kind of pisses me off. Like, it's like galaxy gas, right? It's like, what do you mean Q-tips are bad for your ears? They're made to go in your ear. Unless you're positing that the Q-tip corporation is out here like willfully harming its consumers by selling cotton swabs. Never put anything smaller than your ear in your ear. I'm just gonna be real with you, brother. I'm putting my finger in that bitch. They're made for makeup? Are you naive? You sound like you work for 3M right now. Yeah, and the galaxy gas was so you could refill your fucking whipped cream dispenser in your house. Then why the fuck was it mint chocolate chip flavored? They're made to clean your ears. Now, I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying, like, let's be real with one another here. Like, this is two adults talking. We can keep it on the level. You're probably watching this shit on AirPods right now. What are you talking about? Never put something smaller than your ear inside your ear. Q-tips cause genuine issues for ear health. You're shadowboxing right now. I don't use Q-tips in my ears. I use my finger. Am I being gaslit? You just said you use Q-tips for your ears? No, man! I said you, the royal you, they make them to use in your ears. And if you don't believe that that's the case, I've got a bridge to sell you. Who's they? Whatever corporation, probably Johnson & Johnson. What do you mean by that? I mean, when they're in the factory, they might not tell you this shit because they think that we're fucking stupid. But they know when they make cotton swabs, when the fucking FDA comes, they're like, it's for putting rubbing alcohol on and then cleaning off your computer processor. No, man, 80% of those are going in someone's ears. It's like when the beer commercial says, like, know your limit, stay within it, party responsibly. Like, they know 80% of that shit is going to people who drink 12 beers a day. It's just, they're volume movers, man. I don't know what you want me to say. Come live in the real world with me. Rise up. It did kind of, I don't know, break my heart is not the right word. It did kind of blow me away when Chib says he has access to Apollo's VOD channel. And when he checks his analytics, it's like a 50-50 split between men and women. Because I honestly think the fact that a lot of women watch Among Us is misogynist. Because they're confirming the stereotype that women love gossip. Because that's all that game is. So I think if you're a woman, it's bad for your gender's aura to watch Among Us. Bro, please. I'm saying you should be watching something like this. You should be watching Silent Hill 2, man. Women don't like to be scared. Actually, they contain multitudes, and all women are queens, brother. This is like me when I try to find... Kate'll back me up on this one. Kate, where'd you put the thing that only I use? It's where you put it back? No, it isn't. If I get down there and it's exactly where it was last time, it's not. I just looked. Lo and behold, she gets down the stairs, uses her alchemical powers to conjure the very thing I'm looking for in the place I just looked for it, so it appears that I simply didn't notice that it was there in the first place. He's listening to Spiderland in there, man. How is he so quick with it? I wonder that myself sometimes, not to glaze myself, but sometimes I am like, how did the quip come so quick? You realize that like your brain in the background is burning like hundreds of calories an hour, just having like 7 possible quips in the chamber ready to go without you even consciously thinking of them, and then all you have to do is pluck from the bouquet when the time strikes. Like, I'm not saying it's my brain, I'm saying my brain is decent at it because like maybe I've got a natural predilection for it, but also like you become better at what you do the most. So I should be good at it at this point. I'm not doing anything else. Like, it's the brain's ability to specialize for the tasks that it does most often is crazy. Yeah, I do think sometimes, again, this is not like glazing, but when people were like, how can you talk so much? I really think that it was like, people were watching me play Isaac, so I was like, oh shit, I should play like a lot of Isaac. And then over like 7-8 years of just talking to yourself for like hours and hours a day, I think my brain was like, well, guess we're doing quips now. So it just got rid of the part of my brain that was like good at driving or something and was like, we're gonna repurpose that shit. Thoughts on chicken Big Mac? You got the wrong guy. I'm a very simple McDonald's guy. I used to be simple. I used to be a 10 chicken McNugget meal guy. I'm even simpler now. McDouble for me. Add the combo. Give the fries and drink to my wife. She likes to have a basic cheeseburger. My daughter likes the 4-piece McNugget Happy Meal. Just a McDouble? Just a McDouble, yeah. The librarian is gonna shoot me with a gun. It's a fit meal, man. It's 390 calories. It's a good mix of protein, fat, and carbs. I don't know what you want me to say. And it tastes delicious. Here we go again. It's also like $5 now. No, it isn't, man. It's like $3.99 Canadian or something. They broke the mold. I don't understand. It's got haters everywhere. It just goes to show you, maybe like man wasn't meant to be happy. It used to be $1.29. Okay, and like a cola used to be a nickel, but we're not living in 1971 anymore. We gotta adapt to the times that are presented to us, man. We gotta live in the now. That's why it's a gift. That's why they call it the fucking present. I mean, like, here's my problem. I don't accept it's expensive argument when it's cheaper than everything else. It's more expensive than it used to be, but it's still cheaper than almost any other meal on the planet. So they're doing something right, okay?
I'm James.
We met in the graveyard, right?
Angela.
Okay.
It's not. Bro, a McDouble is cheaper than groceries. I'm being sincere with you.
What you're planning, but there's always another way.
Really? What's the point?
Hang on, Chad. This is important.
Easier just to run. Maybe it's all we deserve.
We?
Me. You. We're all the same.
I'm not like you.
Whoa, easy. But she's got the knife, brother.
Are you afraid?
A little bit. Have you seen what's going on out there?
It's okay. Did you find your mother?
No. Not yet.
Did she live here?
You're right. Her arm is going to be fucked when she gets up, man.
No.
Give me something to work with in the conversation, please.
So all you know is that she lived in this town?
What did you say? How did you know that?
Well, I just figured because this is where you're looking for her. How else would I know?
You have alerted the horde.
Did you find the person that you were looking for?
Not yet. You're not gonna believe what I've been through. I've had a heck of a day. Here, take this minute hand.
Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry that bug up your bum
I don't
had
know
to
why
die.
She's here. She died 3 years ago.
She's dead?
Don't worry, I'm not crazy. At least I don't think so.
We have to find my mama.
Should I go with you?
This town really is dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
No, it's okay. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
Not if you know your way around.
Will you hold it for me?
Sure, no problem.
If I kept it, I'm not sure what I might do. No! I'm sorry! I've been bad! Please don't!
5 stars for Joker on Letterboxd, guaranteed. La Folie de Deux. Should probably give it a 3 star, which is maybe the highest score it's received. And the key! And his chain! And his crown! You ever see Squeaks, are you still here? You ever see Junkyard Dog arrives at man's house? Junkyard Dog! King of the Ring!
Junkyard Dog arrived! He even came with his chains and his crown! King of the Ring! I can't believe it arrived early. Junkyard Dog! Whoa. It arrived.
Dush, 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 dush. Oh, man. Remember when the King of the Ring guy got arrested? And then we were all like, let's not reference it for a while. And now it's been like 2 years. And I'm like, I'm separating the art from the artist on that one. I'm not saying you gotta hand it to him. I'm just saying the video is undeniable. Doesn't it look like James is shrinking? Kate, back me up here. Doesn't it look like when he walks into the room, you're like, okay, this is like a normal man in a normal room. But then like as he goes down the stairs, you're like, he's in an Amazon warehouse or something. I'm in like he's in Kai Cenat's room. Yeah, dude. Kai Dum put Phantom on a horse. Did you see this? Am I missing something? What did Mike Judge do? Okay, so Mike Judge is not King of the Ring guy. He's King of the Hill guy. This guy isn't even involved with King of the Ring. The guy I'm talking about, he just happened to get a wrestling action figure in the mail. So he gets the action figure and he goes, Junkyard Dog! He even came with his chain and his crown! King of the Ring! And then he has like a corrugated aluminum floor and he jumps like insanely high up in the air and like brings his knees up to his chest in the jump and stomps down on the floor like 20 times. It's an incredible video. Hang on. Yes, he does do a ground pound. I do remember like was like watching his that video and then like I went to his TikTok or something and then his first TikTok was like, I'm sick of people rebooting my video and making fun of me. And I was like, oh shit, close the tab. He's on to me. He got ops? Yeah, but I'm not one of his well, I don't know. I don't know the specifics of what he was arrested for, to be honest with you. Sinner's son or Alcaraz's daughter? That's tough. That's tough for me. I like them both, which might even be a little controversial, at least for Sinner. But I don't know, there's just something about... I like Sinner's aura. Maybe he did the steroids, maybe he didn't. I don't work in professional tennis, so I don't feel like it doesn't hurt my feelings that much. Alcaraz, I don't know that much about him, except the gif of... I mean, I know he's really good. And then the gif of him struggling to draw on the camera, and then he takes like 45 seconds to draw 2 lines of a smiley face sticking his tongue out. So I like them both. I like them both. I'm not suggesting Alcaraz is stupid, by the way. He's probably like, after 4 hours of playing high-level tennis, they were like, draw something, and his brain was like, what? I'm a machine that turns serves into points. I can't unsee how much the juicer looks like Sigourney Weaver. He is very Sigourney, like, I don't even know what to say. Which is very sus, because in Alien Resurrection, they were making clones of Ripley. So I'm not suggesting that Jannik Sinner is a clone of Ridley, but I'm just saying, man, like, waiting for the librarian video. Not this guy again, man. I'm sick of this guy's shit. He is kind of... He's kind of got that mesomorph build, though, huh? Oh, fuck. Yeah, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, ready? Alright, I didn't expect him to have the lariat. That was honestly a pretty good swing. That was a pretty good swing. Miyazaki who? Miyazaki who? You gotta imagine, like, if you're a pyramid head, it's like loud as fuck inside of your helmet right now, dude. Like, that's gotta be ringing, dude. I hope he's got the Sennheisers on. Like, his ears are never gonna be the same. Alright, the 2-piece. I forgot he's in phase 2. He's dead, dude. He's not dead. He's entering phase 3. Is that outside?
Hey. It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who stepped on my hand.
Maybe I did.
Churlish.
What's a little girl like you doing here anyway?
I don't know. What's a big dum-dum like you doing here anyway?
Hey, that's not very nice.
There's monsters.
Did your parents teach you any manners? What you got there?
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
What the hell?
Hey, wait! How do you know her name?
How did you know her name? It's literally all you talk about. That's damn true. James got cooked with that one. He hasn't said shit about the monsters at all, or Pyramid Head to anybody that he meets. He's always like, I'm looking for my wife. It's like me in the Costco, man. Like, he's so nonchalant about it. I love it for him because it's like the aura goes insane, but... The kid did psychic damage to me. Spark syringe. The game's over, man. We found her. You know what she's gonna say too. She's gonna be like, finally, what took you so long?
No. You're...
Mary's gone woke. She's gone woke.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
No, my late wife. I can't believe it. Your face, your voice, you could be...
My name is Maria.
Totally different. I'm looking for Mary.
I don't look like a ghost, do I? See? Warm.
Sorry, I got confused.
Hey. Where are you going?
I'm looking for my wife.
Mary.
Didn't you say she died?
Yo, we just met, lady. Chill.
Yeah. 3 years ago. It's just... I got a letter from her.
A letter.
I know how it sounds. I'm not...
A quaint.
Hey. It's okay. So, what did the letter say?
She said she was waiting for me. In our special place.
And that's here?
Did you check up your button around the corner?
Is this your only special place?
100
I
Riz.
don't know anymore. There was something. I can't quite.
Hey! I think I might know. I mean, there's this one place. Not far from here. The kind two lovers might call special. I can show you if you want. Unless you have somewhere else to be.
I'm looking for my wife.
Something else to do. Hey, easy there. I'm just messing with you. Come on. It's this way.
This is how, like, you would talk to girls in, like, the 5th grade.
Can't you just tell me where it is?
I get that he's looking for his wife. Like, he's acting very admirably, but
Alone?
he's so suspicious, man.
With all these monsters?
Fine, and she's the only person calling it like she sees it, man. She's like, did you see the fucking monsters? Let's go together.
I remind you of her. You loved her, didn't you?
Yeah, she was my wife.
Didn't you?
All right, just...
Thoughts on the choker necklace tattoo combo? Dress for the job you want, brother. Oh, come on! -2. Your mom's a hoe. Can I walk in front? No, dude. She's coded to go so much faster than me. Please, I'm trying to spare you from the male gaze. Loot me? Loot me?
Want to take a breather?
Me love she.
I know, Sorry, I'm just a bit preoccupied.
It's fine. You know, if there's anything
Deep.
you want to talk about...
VTuber fans.
No.
No, man, no.
Let's just...
Dude, somehow I found myself being served like VTuber tweets. People think I'm anti-VTuber. It's not the case. I'm VTuber neutral because I don't really know what's going on. But I did get served a tweet that was like, sorry, chat, like I tried as much as I could, but I'm going to lose access to my socials as a result of something going on with the company. And I was like, that sounds ominous. And then I got served the tweet from the company that was like, there's been some kind of misunderstanding about this. She'll get her socials back. We just need a little bit of time to make sure like everything's working okay. And then they quote tweeted the company and were like, From now on, if you don't see a tweet that's signed with my name, the tweet is from the company. It's not from me. And I'm like, what's going on, man? You need a work visa to tweet? If you need a work visa to tweet, you can send me to prison, man. I got 999 plus accounts, or charges, I should say. Wait, did I just run back here by accident? Or is this... She said she was gonna lead, man! Oh my god, it's the two dudes shaking hands. I don't know, I don't understand the VTuber stuff, but... I mean, like, the machinations of it. I do understand why people would watch it. I'm just like, the business side of it seems crazy to me. It can get pretty cutthroat. But like... You okay, brother? Did you hear that? The burp and lick combo, I do not like. Oh, he gave me a slow blink. He's chilling. You okay? That's just Tomo. He's chill, man. This isn't very thrilling. You're literally named after a Street Fighter 2 character, Grandpa. Maybe it's time to leave the adrenaline to the younger generation, okay? Just sit here and watch me yo-yo the crystal. Raging Wolf Hem. I didn't mean anything by it. Yeah, you did. You did, and you got beaten in the marketplace of ideas. It happens to the best of us. What you should say is, I'm sorry, and then I resign. Why not make more plants? Mods, cut a hole in one of his socks. So he has to either wear the whole sock or throw out one of the socks but keep the other one and wear it mismatched for the rest of its life, or throw out the pair even though one of them is still good. Diabolical. Thanks for reminding me. I need some more socks. I think I gotta get some more socks. I'll be wearing through them like crazy. Costco, you know it, brother. I think a sock, like, delivery is one of the best things. Like, everything's expensive, okay? We all know this. But there are still relatively cheap things that you can do that cost less than what they're worth. If your sock inventory is decroded, buying 12 new pairs of socks from Costco is like, I don't know, $9.99, and it'll improve your day. 2%. But that's fucking, it's not gonna save your life, but that's 2%, bro. 2% for 12 bucks is pretty good. 2%, yeah, 2% global, man. 2% global, exactly. I don't think it really compounds, but still. Similarly, one thing I've always said, it's harder if you have kids who won't eat good bread because it has, like, real food in it, real ingredients. But if you're buying 99-cent Wonder Bread, for $3 or $4, you can get yourself a nice fucking loaf, man. You can get yourself a nice loaf. From a bakery that actually, like, every time you eat it, you'll, like, look forward to eating it instead of just being like, I need 90 calories of toast to get me through the morning. You get, like, a fucking, like, a 200-calorie slice or something like that. Goes stale too fast. Eat it faster, bro. You should be Europemaxxing. I used to, so we would like make soup, right? I'd buy a baguette, cut up the baguette to have with the soup. Then the next day, I'd be like, oh, the baguette's kind of stale. North American viewers, you're all wrong. Because I know what you're going to say. If you put it in the, if you put a damp paper towel around it and put it in the microwave, it'll get, no. You should be France-maxing. After you finish the soup, you should have eaten the rest of the baguette. You should have eaten the bread when it was baked, man. You can't pick the crop on Tuesday and then on Saturday be like, oh, it's not fresh anymore. You pick it and you eat it. That's what it's there for. Buy plants. We need a better class of criminal. They harvest while you're playing other games. You're telling me this for the first time? It's only an idle game if you don't play it. If you play it, it's an active game. Also, I think this is why, like, I'm God's strongest soldier. I've never, I swear it to you, I've never in my life been like, I need to have a game to play while I'm playing this game. I honestly think I would, if I got to that point, now maybe in my early 20s would be a different story. I'd be like, the meta is really, you can maximize your dopamine if you play an idle game while you're queuing in League of Legends. As a 35-year-old man, I would rather swear off electricity. I would rather become Amish. Because I'm not playing 2 video games at the same time. That's a slippery slope, brother. It was designed for that? Well, I wasn't designed for that, so I don't know what to tell you. Podcast in a game? I mean, that's this in a blunt, man. That's like, that's combo number 1. Alembic, please? Alembic? Okay, tiramisu, you're really fucking up my KPIs here. All right, tiramisu's okay, he's feeling saucy today, man. Can you point at Tomo like Soy Jack? That one's too easy, though. I gotta get better at the guy on the left. The one who's like... It is... I'm not an anti-soy guy. It is so funny that the origin of the Soy Jack picture is Beyond Meat chicken strips at KFC. It's like... It's perfect. Sometimes the internet gets it right. Why were they so excited? Honestly, so I'm like very pro vegetarianism and veganism. Sincerely, even though I don't walk the walk. The more people that do it, the better. And not just because there's more meat for me. It's just better overall. For them and for us, okay? But it feels like 2017 to 2022 maybe is like a bubble for like meatless alternatives that when you look back, you're kind of like, what the fuck were we thinking? Why were we so excited for like we don't even like KFC when it's made with chicken. And then they're like, KFC has Beyond Chicken now. Like that we shouldn't have been excited for that, man. The real chicken at KFC is not good. So the Beyond Chicken, even if it's as good as the original, is not good. Like, some people like it, yeah, but like, people are going to see like, you know, Imagine Dragons concerts. It's for the vegans? No, man, because the vegans, they're making some fucking shit at home, I hope. I hope they're not like, yum, finally, now I can go to KFC and eat Beyond Chicken tenders that heated up in the microwave. I hope. You'd be surprised. I guess Chiblee does exist. No disrespect, Chiblee. It's virtue signaling schmeat. You know, I hate to use the term derogatorily, but I think it is virtue signaling. I think it's one of those things that KFC came out with it, and they're like, nobody's gonna order it, but we're gonna get some good press. Like, what? Did you guys hear the awesome news? KFC has Beyond Chicken tenders. You want to get some? No, man. Fuck no. But someone probably will, and that's good. We should give them some credit. No, man, I'm not eating that shit. Are you crazy? Tiramisu, you seriously. You got the whole forest to frolic, man. Get out, get away from the crystal. I did hear the Impossible Whopper was pretty good. But even like, I mean, I was buying Beyond Burger patties. And like the first couple that I made, I was like, wow, this tastes a lot like a hamburger. And then I bought like a couple more. And I was like, I don't even really like hamburgers. What the fuck am I doing? It's like, it's kind of like I was eating it for like the novelty. I was eating it as like, wow, like I can't believe science came up with this. But then I like woke up. I had my Matrix moment and was like, I don't even like the beef burgers, man. Why am I paying more money for like a I don't want to call it fake because it's real food. It's just not the real version of the thing, you know? But like, I'm paying more money for like a slightly worse version of something that I already don't like. I've like they psyoped me, man. Aren't you glazing the McDouble? I eat a McDouble like once every 2 to 3 weeks is my guess right now. So I mean, like, I do enjoy it, but I don't enjoy the average hamburger. Honestly, I mean, I think I enjoy the McDouble more for the exact reasons that people say McDonald's is like trash. It's small. You can hold it in one hand. When you bite into it, ingredients don't spill out of it. It's like a self-contained product. I'd rather make one at home. That's fine. But people who say that, they don't seem to be cooking all that much. They seem to be talking about how much they love cooking. If you really love cooking so much, you'd probably be in the kitchen right now, would be my guess. I still, by the way, and it's a very grown-up lesson. Maybe you've learned it, maybe you haven't, but your ears hurt the first time you hear the truth, okay? Because we were talking about it in Silent Hill, but then I got distracted because I had a boss fight with Pyramid Head. Can you make a McDouble cheaper at home than you can get it from at McDonald's? The answer to the question is no! Can you make 12 McDoubles cheaper than you can get 12 McDoubles from McDonald's? Yes. But you cannot make one McDouble cheaper than you can get one McDouble from McDonald's. What if I'm shoplifting? Okay, but you could just steal from McDonald's too. Just wait till they call out a number and then walk up and grab the bag and then walk out. It's like, this is something that it comes up in adult life all the time. And I get it because, like, you know, when I was in college, I was grocery maxing. Why would you pay 35 cents for this when you could pay $2 and get 20 servings of something, which amortizes out to 31 cents per... Well, because maybe you fucking don't want 30... You don't want 2 dozen of them, man. It's the thing that annoys me is, like, sometimes you're like, I want tacos. So you order tacos, and people are like, I would never order tacos from a restaurant. I would instead just go to the grocery store, buy 2 dozen tortillas, ground beef, seasoning, a red pepper, a green pepper, an onion, shredded cheese, cilantro, radishes, and like, yeah, by the time you've had 4 meals of tacos, yeah, you've come out, you've saved a little bit of money, and then you die one day. So congratulations. There's some meals where the optimum outcome is to just get it from a restaurant, man. I'm telling you, my wife is Korean. She cooks Korean food at home. If you're not in a situation like that, go to a Korean restaurant because you're gonna drive yourself crazy. Making all the banchan at home. Are you shitting me, man? The black beans, making your own fucking kimchi. Like a 71-year-old Ajima with plastic tarps down on her apartment floor. Have you lost your fucking mind? Every single thing is served in its own little dish. No, man, go to Sura, okay? Don't be ambitious for this stuff. Just pay a slight premium. It's not even that the restaurants are all going out of business anyway, man. They're all going out of business. They're not getting rich off of this shit, okay? Pay a slight premium. Get them to bring you the food that they already got in the fridge. Get them to do the dishes after it's over. There's a thrill in eating like a big meal and then just getting in your car and driving away. And being like, thank God we don't have to worry about the cleanup. It's sick, man. When you find out taco and stir fry can be built from the same ingredients. When you find out, you disingenuous 17-year-old motherfucker, that not everyone wants to plan their entire week of meals around having tacos once. Oh, I'm craving tacos on Monday. Let me just plan out my meals for the rest of the week so that I don't waste any part of the buffalo. Brother, there's a couple, listen, if we're making stir fry, sure, I'll buy the stir fry ingredients. That doesn't bother me. If we're having stir fry on Monday and then my wife says I'm craving kimchi jjigae, hop in the car, okay? We're going to Lougheed because I'm not going to H Mart spending 80% of the price of the restaurant meal on the ingredients and then also doing the dishes. That's crazy. I'm telling you, there are times where eating out of the house is actually the optimum decision. You wouldn't accept that. And I understand why. You're money maxing. Me, on the other hand, I prefer to stimulate the local economy and create jobs by engaging in commerce with local businesses instead of just giving all of my money to Galen Weston. Oh, but yeah, but I gave 80 cents to Galen Weston instead of $1 to my neighbor. Okay, congratulations. Your soul will not see heaven. Not based on that, you need more. I'm not saying that makes you damnable. I'm simply saying you need a real act of charity there. Because just being a spendthrift, you will not be passing through the eye of the needle, my brother. I'm saving for a house. You should get into sports gambling. Just eating at home is not going to do it. Have you seen the prices out there? Have you? You should. I'm not. There's merit in not wasting your money, but at some point I might be like, just get your coffee at Starbucks, because it's not gonna... There was a time where it added up, but I don't think you can get it to add up to that much anymore. Maybe it's nice to just enjoy a little treat instead from time to time. Or move to Oklahoma is the other alternative, I think. I hate to go back with one meat, but it's gotta be done. At least gotta put ourselves in a good position. Maybe we can pick up some riffraff on the way, like there's the chest in here. Oh man, no, not like this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this one's gonna be tight. Go, don't even look at the timer, you know where you're going. Oh! It was right there, man. It was right there, my Zoltans. That's alright. I'm chill. You, a fool? You lost your Zoltans. Me, an empath? The game has an infinite amount of resources contained within it. I didn't lose anything. By definition, it's impossible to lose something. Press the pain away. You don't have an infinite amount of time, though? Yeah, but unlike you, like, I know that beating the game is meaningless. It provides merely a facsimile of real fulfillment. So I'm not really rushing to the end zone. You know what I mean? People are saying it's carpal tunnel simulator, but I already know that, like, half of you motherfuckers are literally, like, on your bed right now with your back arched up and your wrists are like fucking back like this and you're typing on your tiny ass phone keyboard. So don't condescend to me. On the keyboard, this would be a carpal tunnel, 51 ingots. On the keyboard, this would be carpal tunnel inducing for sure. On the controller's made to not give you carpal tunnel. That is, unless you made the mistake of getting into melee. By the way, I asked my Discord last night, nobody had a good answer. Hungrybox has been posting workout photos, or people have been posting workout photos with Hungrybox in them. Why is he always wearing a non-gym fit in the gym? Is it a joke on me, or is it a joke on the community, or is it just how he is? Because the first time I saw him in the gym, in the picture, he was wearing like a sweatshirt and jeans and doing bicep curls. And then in the one I saw yesterday, he had no shirt, khaki shorts, like button up khaki shorts, and no socks and no shoes. Which is like it's a very unusual fit when you're laying down on a weight bench. It's a great fit. You gotta have self-confidence to rock the fit, don't get me wrong. I didn't know, man. I'm such a Johnny-come-lately to the melee scene. You ever go to a LAN party in high school? Not for the GameCube. Because honestly, only the Yu-Gi-Oh players in my high school had GameCubes. That's one where, like, history has been rewritten. Like, if you weren't alive when the GameCube came out, you're like, oh, I would have killed to be alive when the GameCube came out. I bet it was a vibe. It was not. The vibe was, put that little kid's console away. Let's play Amped on our original Xbox. Controllers the size of a fucking butternut squash. That was the console your little brother had. And then there would always, like, one insanely tall dude at your high school would be like, no, it's got adult games too. It's got Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. It's got Beautiful Joe's coming out soon. Bro, are you crazy? We're playing Splinter Cell. we're playing Halo 2. You're talking to me about a Beautiful Joe? A game that's literally, it's got 4 levels in it? Yeah, but the art style's beautiful. It's 2 hours long. Be serious, okay? That was what we were saying in 2004. Now we know. Now we know the difference. But hang on, 1,500 of these? I was hoping to get enough to buy this plant. 2560? Are you shitting me, man? I'm gonna be here for hours. Broke ass. I was born in 2004. That's fucking crazy, dude. That's the year Spider-Man 2 came out. That is funny, though. It actually, it's insanely funny to think of. And this is what it must have been like for people that were like 35 when I was 20. But like, it's so funny to think of like people born in 2005 in college right now. They're like, yo, Amazing Spider-Man 1 is so kino. Like, it's, your late teens and early 20s are like such a funny time in your life, because like you have basically like the fastest processor you'll ever have in your life, but the person running the computer just wants to watch TikTok reels. And now at 35, the operator is appearing with a sense of purpose. You know what I mean? But the hardware is starting to show its age. When you're 20, you're like, yeah, this is pretty much like, it's close to my intellectual peak. What should I do with it? Civ 6, baby. 100 hours of Civ 6 this week. I don't need to go to class. You only need, as long as you show up for the exam. It's not like they take attendance. Me at age 35, I'm like, damn, I guess I'll go to this optional meeting at my daughter's school to learn about like healthy digital diets, like how much screen time a 7-year-old should have. Why not, man? Just let the kids have fun, put the adults in school. Society would probably fall apart, but like, I think it'd be kind of sick if we started, and you gotta hear the whole bit, okay? Blue collar jobs, you probably need like an adult, right? To work at the mud factory and stuff like that. But for like email jobs, you should be able to like have like a 10-year-old do that job. And if they do 30 years in the email mines, then when they're 40, they come out and they get free education at public universities for life that they can just take to pursue their passions and like enrich their skills and make them a more well-rounded individual. Because like you have so much, I mean, it's just a natural byproduct. I guess it wasn't really designed this way. You have too much time. I'm gonna say it. You have too much time as a kid. The reason I think it's too much time is because you be like, oh, let kids be kids, pursue their passions, be bored, etc., etc. That's good to an extent, but like, I think if you let like a 9-year-old have a lot of free time, they're mostly just gonna be like bored, but also playing Fortnite. Like they're gonna be bored by their entertainment. And adults have way too little free time. And if they had an extra morsel of free time, they would pursue something in aggregate, I think, that enriches their soul. Instead of just instead of burning it on Honkai Star Rail. What about child labor? I'm pro child labor, but only for white collar jobs that you don't really need to have that many skills to do. You can't put the kids down in the mines. That's where the child labor stuff, it runs into red tape all the time. If you said like the children yearn for the water cooler, it wouldn't have as many negative vibes. You say the children yearn for the mines, it conjures images of pulmonary diseases and horrible workplace accidents and like kids on crutches and stuff like that. But if you're like, the kids yearn for the mandatory 45-minute potluck lunch on the second Friday of every month, people would be like, that sounds kind of cozy, man. My child goes to a Montessori. Librarian, you're speed running life, man. You went from like single to married, and now not only do you have a kid, but they're old enough to be in a Montessori school? Like, what in the Benjamin Button is this? He's doing the dad bit. Pretty soon it's gonna be like, so sad. My kid went away to college this weekend. I'm dealing with empty nest syndrome. Then you're gonna be like, I got a sports car. My grandkids love coming around on the weekend. They love helping me with the yard work. Sorry guys, I died today. Or was it yesterday? I don't know. Opinions on the Nobel Prize in Physics going to machine learning AI? Honestly, like, I think one of the great media hack jobs is slandering me for being anti-AI. I'm not anti the concept of artificial intelligence. I'm anti, honestly, nothing of value was lost on this one. I'm anti, we will never need to make a movie ever again that makes us feel bad, because instead I can just type in a prompt that's like, make a movie where Wonder Woman is my girlfriend, and then Chad GPT combined with fucking this, combined with fucking this, combined with fucking this will spit out my favorite movie that's ever been made that makes me feel all warm and fucking fuzzy inside. Hey, that movie where the ending made me uncomfortable, can we just make it so like the good guys win at the end instead? Like Mark Zuckerberg's girlfriend never left him. Also, who's the lead actress in The Last of Us? You sold your soul to the devil, okay? I've got nothing against you as a human being. If I see one more Apple AI ad where because this shit, it breaks my fucking human spirit, man, okay?
So, what did you think of the pitch I emailed you?
Yes, the one that you emailed me. I remember. The pitch? Oh, dog days. What a title. Here we are. Very Victorian, which I loved. Unique relationship is formed. I love unique relationships.
With a twist.
I know, because I read it.
First ad I saw, she's having dinner with her agent. Hey, did you get that movie I pitched you? Yeah, just 1 second. Okay, lazy ass. She's literally offering you a job that could pay you 7 figures or something like that. You couldn't be bothered to read the email? Then the email is like 3 paragraphs, and she like puts her thumb on her phone, and then it goes, oh, well, it's a period piece about... Oh, yeah, I read about that. Okay, so first off, literally, you're lazy. Secondly, another human being took a little bit of time out of their day to write you an email to give you an opportunity, and you said, fuck that, I'm busy. Now I need 1,700 CPU cycles and shovel a couple of charcoal fucking logs into the furnace to generate the energy, burn down a little bit of the Amazon because I can't read the fucking email. Okay, so that's bad enough.
Siri, what's the name of the guy I had a meeting with a couple of months ago at Cafe Grinnell?
You met Zach Wingate at Cafe Grinnell.
Hey! Zach!
Oh, wow, I didn't think you'd remember me.
Yeah, of course. As soon as I saw you, I'm like, it's Zach.
In the second one, they're at a restaurant and they see someone that they know, but they don't remember their name. So they pull out their phone and they go, hey, Siri, what's the name of that guy that I met at the conference 5 months ago? And then it goes, beep, boop, 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 another hectare of rainforest gets shoved into the fucking furnace. His name is Steven. Okay, they pop out of the wall and go, hey, Steven! And then he goes, I can't believe you remember my name. These are human experiences. It's not a weakness to not remember somebody's name. You just see them and you go, oh, and then he goes, Steven. You don't need technology to paper over that. That's part of the experience of being human. It's driving me crazy, man. Because now you know what it is like at first, this is an allegory, or it's metaphorical maybe. Digital cameras proliferated, okay? Well, let's say back in the days of photography first being invented, you had to pose like a fucking statue. Still life, right? You had to stand still for an hour and a half to get a portrait taken of you. That shit was not an accurate representation of real life, but it was nice to capture an image. I'm sure that they were loving the fact that they could like take a moment from reality and look at it later. Is fucking crazy. My beef is not with the photographs, okay? Later on, digital cameras come out. Millennials, Gen X, they start living candid lifestyles, taking photos of moments that happen. These were real snapshots of what was happening in life. They were carbonized moments in time. And then Facebook, Instagram. And now, just because you have a camera in your pocket, you can't just take a picture anymore. You got to take a picture next to a neon sign with some fake grass that says like life's short, drink mimosas and shit like that. And oh, that photograph's not good enough to be on my Instagram. I got to delete that photo. And this photo, no, I don't think I was looking right in that photo. Can you take it from this side instead? And the more that these systems get built, and I think AI is just the next level of this. The less human we become because all the imperfections get sanded off in favor of some kind of like curated farce that is not a representation of what it means to be alive on planet Earth. I consider it an affront to the human spirit. Now, I'm not saying artificial intelligence doesn't have its place. I'm not smart enough to know what its place is. Can it be inside of like the wastewater treatment plant being like, hey, we need to release more calcium carbonate to buffer out this huge load of diarrhea that just came in from the Chuck E. Cheese bathroom? Like, that seems like that's a pretty good one for me. But all this shit that's like, oh, I'm too embarrassed to tell them I don't remember their name? Not up, brother. You're made of the same building blocks as the rest of us. They're going to understand. You don't want to go through life like a piece of fiber that doesn't get digested by the world. It just gets shat out into the toilet, unfettered by the experiences that it's been through. You let the shit impact you, and you in turn impact it. You don't have to read every word of the email. You can kind of skim it and know if I have to read every word of the email. Sometimes you got to read the whole thing. I mean, honestly, if you're using artificial intelligence to summarize your breakup texts, your soul is compromised for life. Because that's probably one of the only times in your entire life you're going to get honest feedback about the core of your being as a human. Everyone else is just saying, no problem. No, I like it. That's the one time you can actually see the face of God. You're going to have AI summarize it and be like, she wants to come to your apartment at 5 o'clock to pick up her records. No, man. Read the text. Feel the pain. Grow as a person, or burn yourself down, but do something. Be affected by the world around you and affected in turn. So I'm not anti-AI. Like, I guess in general, if you were to ask me, do I trust the Nobel Committee? I would be like, probably more than the average motherfucker on the street. Yeah, but like, I'm pretty sure that they weren't giving the Nobel Prize to like, guy makes like, you know, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind non-woke edition where Clementine and Joel live happily ever after, and her hair is like her natural color, or blonde, but definitely not blue, because that's the woke color, right? It was creating new proteins. See, that shit, that seems good. As long as they're not accidentally inventing like mad cow disease too. Also, I'm sick of people like being like, check it out. I fed 1,000 drill tweets into my AI and now it tweets just like drill. Okay, so now a computer can pretend to be drill. There's literally a motherfucker on planet Earth already doing that. Why do I care? Oh, a fucking robot can make an Isaac episode. Okay, me too. I know how little effort it takes. Why would I be impressed by some decrepit piece of shit like that? It doesn't make any... That's the easiest task on Earth. I literally do it unconsciously every day. Be myself. You could use a Lyrebird to create a Xerox of your voice that could take phone calls for you. Yeah, so now the bots can talk to the bots. And my ideal date is I bring a nylon pussy and you bring a dildo and we put the dildo in the pussy and they fuck each other while we sit and watch a movie together. So the robots can talk to the fucking robots and be like, but both robots eventually, if they're fully optimized, are going to be mashing the pound button and going, human, person, I want to speak to a person. Can I speak to a person? No, thank you, man. You can catch me out here in meat space, even if I'm the last motherfucker tending the garden. Why are you so funny? Because this shit actually makes me mad, so it comes from a place of like real... real fucking emotion. This is genuine. There is no machine, man. There's no machine making this. It can imitate it, but it can't embody it. What's the difference? You know it when you're the motherfucker picking the fruit. If you're just eating the apples, you might not know. But if you're the tree, you can tell the difference. Your ass is not Cypher? I would take the red pill in the Matrix, I think. I don't know. I think after I took the red pill, I would probably be like, I'm glad I took the red pill. But how did I know that I took the red pill instead of like, because if you took the blue pill, how do you know that you took the blue pill instead of just thinking that this is the world? You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't know. I think you're blue pilled? Not those kinds of blue pills anyway. Honestly, I think I'd be red pilled. Kate, what do you think? When was the last time you saw The Matrix, Kate? I think I'm the kind of motherfucker who, if I was on the Nebuchadnezzar, I would be like, whoa, the slop is good today. And then, like, Trinity would be like, shut the fuck up. It tastes the same every day. And I'd be like, no, I think there's like is this a new recipe, Dozer? And they would be like, oh, you. Like, listen, I'm aware of the fact that I'm probably going to get blown up with a rocket launcher inside of the Matrix, or a fucking Sentinel is gonna like use his laser beams to rip my ship apart and then tear me limb from limb, or like interrogate me to try to find the access codes to Zion or something like that. Even though I'm just a grunt, I don't know the codes. Only the captain of the ship, Morpheus, knows the codes. But like, I think I would take some pleasure in living in quote unquote the real world, at least. 4 meats? Bro. Warren Buffett was right. Compound interest, man. 1 moon shard! No! Lock in. I may not make it. I may not live to see our glory. But at least I got out in 1 frame. I'm cooked. Yes! As soon as I took the hit, I said, don't even think about it, just run. And for that, I'll be eternally grateful. How about that Canucks game last night? I know this sounds ironic, but because they were winning when I left, but I only watched the first period. And then I went to tennis to get my fucking ass handed to me. I thought I was gonna mog my tennis class because I've been practicing my serve. Pull up to tennis class. They say it's time to practice our serves. I fucking rip one. A really, really good and fast serve. My coach says, that's pretty good, but inside you're gonna wanna slow down. I said, oh, fuck. So I'm hitting these like decroded ass, like 2-mile-an-hour serves to keep them in the service box. Nobody can return them. That's fine. But here's where I thought the mogging was gonna come in. I thought I was gonna hit aces, and then my ops would be lobbing it to me, and then I'd be hitting forehand winners. But instead, my ops were hitting 2-mile-an-hour serves too, and I couldn't return it, man. Who knew returning a serve in tennis is fucking impossible, even if it's moving relatively slow? That's a hard task, man. The ball feels like it's coming at you like at 100 miles an hour. Split step off the contact on their side. Yeah, I know, but then like I try to go for a full backswing because I'm like an amateur, and then the ball's already like smashing into the wall behind me by the time I finish. And then they're saying stuff like, was it in or was it out? And I'm like, I got no idea. I'm literally like laser focused on the 0.0003 seconds I have to actually react and possibly return this. This is why they have line judges when you're a pro, I think. It's because like, I have no idea if it was in or out, man. That's too much stuff to focus on. He cannot be worse than me in tennis. I mean, this is a weird sentence. For my level, I'm pretty good. Like I can hang with the other students in the class, but I mean we should go out and rally a little bit, Kate. It's hard because we gotta find a time where like neither you nor me is looking after our daughter, but skip a stream one day and do it. Nah, because that's when all the old people mog the tennis courts, man. You gotta stake out the court at like either 6 p.m. when they go to bed or like 5:15 a.m. and just wait for the sun to come up. Leave UFO 50 on overnight? Nope. Computer needs to be turned off, sorry. I learned it from you. I will send it over to Kate and I will be back tomorrow. Have a good night. Great stream today. Thanks for everything. Bye. Later.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no smog. Mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I got my glove on, but didn't pig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanna dig out. Hooked it up for later as I hit the door, thinking where I live, another 24. I gotta go, cause I got me a drop top, and if I hit the switch, I can make it drop. Had to stop at a red light, looking in my mirror, not a jacket inside. And everything is alright. I got a beat from Ken, and she can do it all night. Called up the homies, and I'm asking y'all, which park are y'all playing basketball? Get me on the court, and I'm trouble. Last week, messed around and got a triple-double. Freaking brothers every way like MJ. Can't believe today was a good day.